Wagwan EIE. Welcome back to my channel, K friends. For those of you who are new, I am a real journey in this social media streets, the rare black unicorn. I break down on my channel, I break down the connection between the energetic, aka spiritual realms, and our 3D physical realms, so you can learn, your personal vibe and the frequency you're currently on, so you'll know how to move in both these energetic and physical streets. Bless. I do all of this through tarot and channel messages, but primarily I channel messages from the cosmos, reading the energy, primarily through the inner planets, because everyone and every event, everything has a purpose, an energetic / spiritual reason why it happened, why you are who you are, and things of that nature. Every century, every year, every month, every week, every day, everything has purpose. Time has purpose, things of that nature, like I said, including yourself. So my videos can be used as footnotes for other tarot readings. It can be used for any and all situations. Truth be told, that you are currently experiencing and or have recently experienced. Just to have a deeper understanding of what's going on from both an energetic, aka spiritual perspective, as well as a physical perspective. So that way you'll have a better understanding of when you're going through positive experiences, why and how to maintain, that on that frequency, so you just continue to call things in. And when challenges and obstacles happen in your life, you have a better understanding of how and why it happened, based on the surrounding energy, universal energy that's going on, and how it's affecting you personally and those around you, as well as having a better understanding of why certain events happen both in your personal life and throughout the world. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So today we're going to talk about the energy, overall energy for the month of June right now. June 1st through June 12th. So right now the sun is currently in the zodiac constellation of Gemini. Mars is currently in the zodiac constellation of Aries. Mercury is currently in Taurus, but is shifting to Gemini constellation later on today, and Venus is in Taurus. So the sun, and I've been called to pull tarot too. Okay, I've been called to call my Kalima cards. So sorry with the lighting, I'm gonna get it together. But currently with the sun, the sun represents masculine energy. Our physical actions is asking us, are we making the changes we need and where we need to in order to stay happy and stay positive, and just stay healthy overall in all aspects, mentally, physically, emotionally, therefore energetically, aka your spirit, your soul. Are you paying attention to your thoughts? Because our actions are a reflection of our thoughts. So the sun in Gemini's purpose right now is just to, Gemini energy, if you're familiar with it, it's mutable. It has a mutable modality, meaning that it makes changes when and where it needs to. So right now, with the sun being in Gemini, we're being asked to pay attention to our physical actions, pay attention to ourselves, so that way, if we are doing things that are counterproductive, we can start the process of looking deeper into it to have a better understanding of why you are doing what you're doing physically, and especially since Mercury just recently was in retrograde. I'm being called to pull from the top, and this came out in reverse, and this is the goddess Mahakali. It says you can trust what is happening now will give way to a new expression when the time is right. That right time will be the best time, when your readiness matches the requirements for success. Attend to your work with determination and hope in your heart. Trust that the divine is taking care of everything else. Your progress is spiritually protected. And with this coming out in reverse, a lot of us don't realize that sometimes things don't work out, but just because of the simple fact, energetically, we're telling the God of your understanding, we're telling universe, we're telling all those energetic beings that we're not ready, so of course it's not going to work out. We're always going to be blessed, but if you're not ready for that blessing, then guess what? It's not going to come in. So right now, a lot of people just need to learn how to trust in themselves, have more faith in themselves. But in order to have faith and trust in yourself and what it is you desire, you have to be able to discipline yourself, and you have to build your foundation. Release yourself of any and all things that will be counterproductive to what it is you're doing. And it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. But get your game plan, in order. Start planning, strategizing. And when you see yourself getting deterred and or distracted, then the sun in Gemini is asking you, make changes when and where you need to. So pay attention to what you're doing that is not helping you, that's not uplifting you. And as I was saying, Mercury was just in retrograde. Even though it's fully out of retrograde, the energy of that retrograde is still around. A lot of people surprisingly do not pay attention, don't talk about the post-retrograde energy. And it will be fully and completely gone, that energy, around June 18th. So in a couple of more days. It's not as potent, of course, than it was when Mercury was in Taurus retrograding, but it's still there. And the fact that Mercury is still in the zodiac constellation of Taurus, to me, that's one and the same, because Taurus is fixed energy. Okay? And with Mercury in the zodiac sign of Taurus, it's telling us, excuse my language, friends, but this is the energy, and this is the messages that I channeled when I sat with Mercury in Taurus and Mercury retrograde in Taurus energy. But overall, it was telling us to sit our asses down somewhere, because Taurus is a fixed feminine energy with an earth element. So this is someone who struggles with emotional intelligence. Mercury in Taurus brings out the emotions with us that's embedded, that is attached to traumas, hard experiences, things of that nature that we haven't released. So it's asking us right now to heal that. It's asking us to change your perspective, your outlook on it. If you haven't healed and learned the lesson from that experience that you needed to learn, that's reminding you who the F you are and who the F people effing with, period. Overall, that lesson was to help strengthen you. Even though at that time it was like, no, this is BS. But a lot of us find ourselves, we get highly emotional and triggered when certain things happen, or when certain people say things or do things, or we experience certain things in our lives. We might overreact emotionally. Not saying that you'll just be out here in the streets acting a fool, but just emotionally, it will bring up really stronger emotions than the situation may really be. Like, for example, one time I remember a long time ago, I wanted to take my kids out to the park, me and their dad, and then we both just got really, really upset because our plans, like, we had the day planned out, and then it poured down rain, and all we wanted to do was hang out with our kids. And so it was like, kind of got stuck in that emotion of disappointment, and that kind of threw things off for a little bit as far as like, okay, what to do next, because you didn't want to go home and stuff. So we got out of it, but that's not a really good example, but that's the best I could think of right now. So with this Mercury not retrograde, but Mercury in Taurus, at the end of the day, it's the whole point of this energetic combination. And then the energy that's left over from Mercury's retrograde is, like I said, it's just to remind you who you are, to remind you how powerful and how strong and how you deserve the best, and how divine you are. Because at the end of the day, we all are divine, energetic beings. We all deserve the best, but we all have to remember how to get it. And anything and everything else that is not reflecting that, not bringing the best out of us, we need to release it. Point blank, period. So this goddess came out in reverse for the Mercury and Taurus energy. And it says, she is the rising sun, marking the endings of darkness and the replenishment of life force after illness or devastation. She creates a clean slate and a fresh start. She protects and preserves that which is worthy of the heart. She shines in a perpetual state of divine beauty and radiance, attracting to us the most supportive and honoring circumstances. Yeah, so dark times are always come to the end. Everything is temporary. Everything is temporary, because your choices today determines what will happen the next minute, the next second, the next day, the next hour, the next week. You are in control. So Mercury retrograde, like I said, is letting you know, like, hey, these lessons are coming up. Because as I said earlier, Taurus is fixed energy. It's all about learning lessons. So, and it might seem like dark times right now, but it's to remind you that you are in control of your destiny. It's not what it's asking us to not so much pay attention as to what's happening, and you get stuck on the fact that something challenging is an obstacle happening to you. But think about it, but also think about what can you do at this current time to get out of that situation, to get out of that mindset, to see the positive, within that situation. What do you need to learn to show your strength? That's what the Mercury in Taurus energetic combination is about. So, as I said, Venus currently is in Taurus as well. So this energetic combination is us having, and most likely creating internal fires, conflicts, battles, and even wars, because this energy is helping us see where we aren't too nice to ourselves. Therefore, we speak death, hindrance, blockages, and so forth into our lives. And what we speak and / how we speak to ourselves is reflected in our actions and thoughts. They're all connected. So Venus in Taurus is teaching us to love on ourselves individually more and more. Be more mindful of your inner love, aka your self-love, towards yourselves first and foremost, so you can do better to develop a stronger relationship with and within yourself personally, friend. So, okay, I'm being pulled from my self-love deck for the Venus and Taurus energy. What messages do you have for the Venus and Taurus energy for my friends? Ether family. Okay. This says, it's your fault if you give your power over to someone who you know good and darn well don't deserve it. Facts. Can y'all see this? Yeah. So Venus, like I said, Venus in Taurus. Taurus is fixed energy. It's all about learning lessons. So when you're dealing with someone or something that isn't supportive of you, even though you might have tried to make things work out in a situation and or relationship, and it's still continuing to be a domino effect of not working out, is not progressing anywhere, then Venus and Taurus energy, exactly what this card says. It's your fault if you give your power over to someone who you know good and darn well don't deserve it. Overall, no disrespect, friend. It's like you playing yourself. Oh, bottom of the deck. Look at what this says. Accept responsibility for your own life. Know it's you who will get you where you want to go. No one else, period. Yeah, Venus and Taurus is like, okay, this is not showing self-love. If you're disrespecting yourself, that's not showing yourself love. That's going to cause internal fires, internal conflicts, because you're dealing with a situation. Sometimes we do that. Sometimes we deal with things a lot longer than we need to. But that's just a reflection of what's going on inside. Because like I said, Taurus is a season. When Taurus come up, when that constellation is in play, that energy is to teach us a lesson about ourselves. Especially with it in Venus, So, currently with Mars in Aries, it's a busy energy. This is about making something happen, checking our plans, and getting things in order. Most importantly, this energy is to pump you up to make sure you are okay, not only where you're currently at, but where you are going. If you don't have yourself together, meaning you're organized, you're able to handle life in all aspects so that you don't fall behind, especially combined with the Gemini sun, which is asking us to make changes when and where needed so you don't fall up behind and get lost in the sauce, or at any point in time throughout your life. It's like, okay, well, let's figure out what we need to do to get energized. That's what Mars and Aries energy is all about. Okay, I'm being pulled to pull this card. This came out upright. This is the goddess Dumabadi. Certain endings are unavoidable. They are necessary precursors to radical reinvention. Any disappointment, defeat, or loss, and the negative repercussions of such experiences will not limit your future happiness, but are opening up yet unrecognized pathways for fulfillment. Your trust must be unconditional at this time, and later you shall see that everything has worked out for the absolute best. Yeah, like I said, right now this is the season for us to learn how to love ourselves more, especially with so many retrogrades that's happening. Mercury just got out of retrograde. Pluto's in retrograde in Capricorn. Saturn's in retrograde in Aquarius. And Neptune is in pre-retrograde in the zodiac constellation of Pisces. Those are four outer planet, inner planet. Those are four heavy hitters right there. So right now we are in the season of deep learning, deep evaluation, and lessons, which explains energetically why there is so much events, both heartwarming and heartbreaking, that's going on, because the cosmos are trying to tell us, okay, this is what this season is for. This is what you all need to focus on, but a lot of us are not aware. We don't know what to focus on, and we try to figure things out ourselves, which hurt us, because you're following the sayings and things of other people who are still trying to figure out life as well. But that's why it's a lot of things going on. But long story short, that's Mars and Aries energy, and it's just saying that, hey, certain things have to end. It's going to happen regardless. You can't avoid it. So in the meantime, what can you do to organize yourself, to prepare yourself, so that way as we move through these seasons of lessons, this energy, this cycle, this phase of lessons, what can you do to better yourself, so that way you can be your absolute best? As this goddess says, everything will work out for the absolute best, no matter where you are at in life. But you just have to realize that you are a divine energetic creation of creation, and that you have the power to do what it is you need to do. You just have to see it within yourself, and not only just see it, actually put it into action and work hard to strengthen your power, strengthen your energy, strengthen yourself to be able to get whatever it is you want to get out of your life that will support and represent the best and healthiest part of you. And as I mentioned, that Pluto is in retrograde. Saturn, as I said, is in pre-retrograde. Oh, yeah, no. Saturn's in full retrograde now. And Neptune's in retrograde. And overall, we are all collectively being told to sit down somewhere in a corner with these retrogrades and think about what we're doing collectively and individually, but primarily individually, because one can't fix, correct, nor help anyone when you're still needing help yourself. One can only do but so much. So we're all right now taking teeny tiny, baby steps in evolution. Not saying that we haven't made progress, and haven't made, significant strides, but for those of you who believe in spirits and stuff, but our ancestors, our spirit guides, the cosmos, those of you who believe in energy, and most importantly, those of you who believe in, who believe in what I call our divine parents of all creations, but that's the God of your understanding that created everything in life, per your belief. But at the end of the day, they're saying that's nothing. What we've done so far, no disrespect, is nothing compared to what have been done, because we are still very much out of alignment with universal energy, and most importantly, the God, Goddess, higher energetic being we call upon, that we identify as our creators. So with all that being said, the higher being that you identify as your creator and or source of being is telling us through these retrogrades to develop a higher level of understanding of emotional intelligence with Mercury retrograde in Taurus. While the energy is still here, like I said, that ends June 18th. Be more self-aware of your emotions. Why you react emotionally the way you do, and what are your triggers? And the core reasons these people and or situations trigger you. Where do they come from? What is it within you, your subconscious, of why this is affecting you so deeply? Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is saying, hey now that we sat down in the corner and we calmed down and thought about things, let's figure out a better game plan to do things better so that we can be better, being healthy in all aspects, being healthy in our mind, healthier in our physical body, healthier in our emotionally. Therefore, you're healthier in your soul, period. This retrograde, as far as Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, is like your actions, your reactions, didn't really solve the problem, right? That's what it's asking you. So let's be adults about this, because at some point in time, we have to be right, so let's get our stuff together, because this energy, all these energies just want what's best for us. Our ancestors want what's best for us. Our spirit guides want what's best for us. Our angels want what's best for us. But we have to hold up our end of the deal, our end of our solar contracts. And if you are having a tower moment, meaning things are happening around you that it seems to be too much, or while you're what I like to call deconstructing, that a lot of people say having what they call it hermit. I heard people call it hermit, going hermit, going within, and you're reconstructing. If all of that becomes too much, this energy, this Pluto and Capricorn retrograde is asking us to relax, because we're supposed to be able to laugh and giggle at ourselves from time to time. And society has embedded in us so much about what their idealism of perfectionism is, that when we look at our mistakes, we don't look at our mistakes as positive things, as like, okay, hey, let me see what I learned from this. It's like, oh man, and people take their mistakes, and it really can affect them, some harder than others, depending on what frequency you're vibing on. But at the end of the day, Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is saying, just to get rid of that idealism, that thought, because we're not, the perfectionism that we've been taught throughout history and throughout time is not the perfectionism that is the truth at all, period. It's just not. So, and that wraps us up with the Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. That's gearing us up to step up, to assist us with innovative ways to combine these retrograde lessons, as well as the inner planets and the luminary energies, to develop a more positive relationship, or at least a connection with ourselves, so we can see ourselves in a more positive light, making it much more easier, holding ourselves more accountable for our actions, and building a stronger foundation for our self-responsibility. And this will all be done and wrapped up with Neptune's pre-retrograde in Pisces, because this energy is all about making the connections within throughout our lives in all aspects of situations and experiences, positive or not. This retrograde is to help us see our positive and challenging life experiences as aha moments, instead of oh no, or I did that type of moments. Even if you are the type that show gratitude, our divine parents, like I said, whichever you resonate with, they're just asking us to also show gratitude for our souls, because our higher self is the main reason why we're here, and that's the main part of us that helps guide us. So this retrograde is going to help you step further into your own individual spiritual journey, or as I call it, your solar life journey, because everything you've been through and will go through is what your soul incarnated / reincarnated as you physically to experience, to heal itself, and for you to decide for it to decide what will be next, what will be its next move. And when I sat with this energy and was writing the messages out, I heard Aaliyah. I don't know the name of the song, but it was that song, and she said, should I stay? Should I go? I don't know. So think about that, friend. But overall, the energy kicking off this month so far, the messages up until tomorrow, until there's a new energetic shift, is asking us to work on our emotional intelligence, get busy with creating strategies, routines, and rituals that are self-motivate and self-influence. The sun, while it's in Gemini, is telling us to pay attention to our actions when we find ourselves doing things that are counterproductive, disservicing, pretty much anything and everything that will, no matter how minute of an imbalanced emotion it creates. It could be discouragement, a little bit of procrastination, feeling helpless, feeling lost, confused, etc. It doesn't matter. It's creating imbalanced emotions in our actions. Then that's our higher selves, our spirit, our soul saying yes. With this Mars and Aries energy, is saying yes, it's go time. This is what I came here for. This is a season for lessons with all these retrogrades going on. This is our test, friend. Now, your higher self is saying, what are you going to do? Remember, every decision you make today creates your next second, minute, hour, and so on. Now, if you choose to go with the unhealthy choices, then it's just because of Mercury still being in Taurus. Because like I said, We're needing to learn how to communicate better within ourselves and with ourselves to help motivate ourselves, so that way we can do better. We can start thinking more positively about ourselves with the Venus and Taurus energy, and we could start taking actions to be more productive instead of choosing actions that are counterproductive.
I have to use the bathroom.
Okay. So, and then also, like I said, with Venus and Taurus, both together is creating a whole lot of, it can help make us create negative self-talk, distrust ourselves, miscommunication within our brain, focusing more on the negative, the lack, creating doubt and whatnot. So if you find yourself choosing the unhealthy choices, then remember this is the season for lessons, really until pretty much the end of the year for the most part. Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is saying when you're feeling low, sit with Saturn retrograde in Aquarius energy, because this energy and the leftover energy from Mercury retrograde in Taurus, as well as Mercury now direct in Taurus, this energy is showing us all the hard experiences our souls wanted to incarnate and slash reincarnate as you to experience, because your soul chose you to represent it in the physical, and your energetic characteristics, which are your actual physical characteristics, your positive and your negative, your yin and your yang, your divine inner feminine and your divine inner masculine. It's all about balancing out, because Goddess energy is both male and female. God is both male and female energy. Negative energy, positive energy. Dark energy, light energy. We're both. That's why they say, you have your angel and your inner demons. Your inner demons and your inner angels. It's all the one and the same. But it's all to help your soul, meaning you and only you can help yourself. It's all to help you to succeed in getting out of any hardships, get through any challenges, overcoming anything and everything that is hurting you, distracting you, limiting you, whatever and whoever it is you may soul contracts with to experience the good stuff in life, the hardships in life, and the amazing as well as ugly processes to get to the amazing peace our souls slash we individually, constantly and ultimately seek and desire, to be polaric balance. So my friends, overall energy is asking, are you ready? Are you ready to seek your own truth the way you were meant to, by following the path that was destined for you and only you? Are you ready to face yourself in a healthy way, in a safe way? And that's what the energy has been to kick us off this month, is giving us warnings, forewarnings, and trying to show us how to level up, not just in the physical sense, but energetically, meaning your soul as well. And that's all I have. If you like this type of content, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button so that way my channel can spread. Remember to tell yourself that I am irrefutable, friend. B.K.A. I am impossible to deny. Remember, as these goddesses that showed up today, things are unavoidable and stuff. Everything has purpose. Time has purpose. Everything that's going on in the world currently has purpose. Everything that has went on in the world has purpose. But that all creates our future, both individually and collectively. So don't give your power out. As this card says, it's your fault if you give your power over to someone who you know good and darn well don't deserve it. Stop giving your power out. Speak life into yourself. Speak positivity in yourself. And I will see you all in the next video or in the astral planes. Peace, love, and bliss. Bye.